Hey there, it's Kim. I want to talk about today about depression. Not such a pretty topic, but it's a super hot topic, like suicide's at an all-time high. More people are depressed than ever before in history. And there's not like a lot of real understanding, especially from other kinds of doctors, about what depression really is energetically. Depression happens when we don't want to feel what we feel, when we don't want to experience what we're experiencing. Like we resist what is. So there's this circumstance or feeling or whatever that we're in, and then we make it wrong. And it's really kind of interesting because one of the biggest ways we do that is by like wanting to feel good when we feel bad, wanting to feel something other than what we feel, or like trying to feel better. I gotta feel better. And we're actually just creating more resistance to what we feel. So there's a lot of really tricky ways we do this with the mind. I had this experience last night, and we went to go to the theater, and I brought my mom, my aunt, my sister, my niece. We all got dressed up. We've been like excited for so long talking about it. Get all dressed up. We go to an awesome dinner. Like, all right, we gotta, get to the theater. And we walk into the theater, and they're like, okay, Kim, you got the tickets. And I'm like, yeah. So I go on my email. They send you the e-tickets, and then you go to the will call and pick them up at the booth. Well, I could not find the email. So I'm like, relax, everything's good. I give the lady my license, and she can't find me in the system. No, we don't have you in the system. Did you buy this through a third-party ticket seller? Yeah. Well, do you remember what that ticket seller was? No idea. I've bought so many theater tickets in the last few months, and I'm like, so I start getting like, and my family's like, what's going on? I'm like, Kim, just relax, be anxious for nothing. And usually like, that actually goes a long way. It always goes a long way. But usually it kind of creates what I want, like, relax your body and you find that email. But that wasn't happening. So I'm like, all right, Kim, path of least resistance. There's always an opening here. So after it's kind of like 20 minutes, the show already started. I'm like, oh no. My family's like, what the heck's going on? And I couldn't find, really like nothing. And there's nothing she could do. And I was like, oh no. So I finally, I just asked within myself, what's possible here? And she goes, well, we could just sell you new tickets. And I was like, oh, then I'm going to get these like really crappy tickets because we had awesome seats. And I was like, Kim, just let go and receive whatever is ready to be received. So she goes, well, we have tickets that they were actually pretty decent tickets. So I bought all the new tickets. We got our seats. We had an awesome time. The show was great. But the crazy thing where I really got glitched, because none of that was even glitchy for me, I was like, whatever, receive it however you receive it. But today I went and looked in my email, and I looked in this old email I haven't used in forever, and I found the tickets. And so the glitch for me was this whole like, if I had just thought of that last night, if I had just done that, if I had just looked, if I had just told, like, we didn't even have a bad outcome. Why am I totally freaking out, like skitzing out about this? But what happens is like we go into this alternate reality where we could have done it differently. There's no way I could have it be different than how it was. This is what happened. I didn't find the email until this morning. But the glitchy thing was like thinking it should be different than what it is. I should have thought of looking in that account. I should have found that email. We should have been in those tickets, blah, 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 blah. And I could feel how it was really making my body feel bad and feel heavy. And it was getting glitchy enough that it felt like that like heaviness of depression where you're so much resisting what is, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Now, it's nothing compared to, what I've had in the past with like, I just want to get off the planet right now kind of heaviness. So I don't want to compare it to that because I know probably a lot of people listening to this are maybe in it right now with like really intense depression that like doesn't feel like you can move. But it's the same thing. It's the same little glitchiness. And if you can just begin, sorry about the truck there, just begin to let yourself loosen up around like, what if I can just accept what is exactly as it is. I don't need to feel better. I don't need to feel different. I don't need to make it go away. I don't need to make it wrong. What's right about this? I'm not getting. That's a really great tool that opens things up for me a lot. And then the other one that I asked while we were trying to find the email, what else is possible here? And always just to like relax my body, breathe more fully, be anxious for nothing, because you don't need to buy into it. Those are all really, really great tools to help you enter a higher possibility and like kind of release the glitchiness that gets, it's like a gridlock. It's an energy gridlock where you're like, I don't want to go in this direction. I can't go in that direction. It's not okay to feel what I feel. I need to feel better. I don't know how to feel better. It's an energy gridlock. So there's no energy flow. The energy's not flowing. And then that's what you feel as depression. And it's awful. And there are different intensities of it. I will just really appreciate that right now. So I'm not in any way meaning to compare what I've experienced this morning, like a little glitch, to like the heaviness that causes suicidality. But I have experienced that before where you're just like, there's no way out. So try just connecting with yourself this way and having like a reframe on what this is. Yes, it's a diagnosable disease with lots of pharmaceutical treatment options. Like whenever we have that lock and key model, we got a new pharmaceutical, so then they come up with a way to create the syndrome that matches it, and now it's like, I have this disease. But it's actually just energy that's not moving. So it's not actually a stagnant state. You may be in a habit where that happens over and over and over and over because you've been in sort of a glitchy, a glitchy space of how you do it. Doesn't mean you can't change that. It does not mean you can't change that, even if it's in your family, which it's been in mine, even if it's, you've had a diagnosis, even if you've had all kinds of problems with it. Sorry, I'm creating my videos this month while I'm on the go walking because, we're traveling and I'm just spending a lot of time walking, not much time sitting at a desk or anything. So bear with me with all of the moving parts for these videos, but I really was inspired to share that because I think it's so misunderstood what's actually happening with depression, what it is and what it's not. So if you find yourself in that energy gridlock, make more space. Relax your body, breathe more fully, find like that inner awareness. Even just relaxing your physical body will let a lot more energy flow. So just start there, and then kind of asking those questions. What else is possible here? What's right about this I'm not getting? So you can release what you're making wrong and allow a new perspective to come in. All right, that's gonna do it for today. Anyway, and I do feel much better. I'm like, can I just forgive myself that it went that way, that I didn't find those tickets, that I got new tickets? Like, it all worked out awesome anyway. Hallelujah. Receive what is. I'm totally receiving what is exactly as it is. All right, lots of love. I'm at drkimd.com. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. If you would like to hear more from me, if you hit the bell, it will alert you every time we create a new video. And we have our quiz at drkimd.com if you want to get more insight into how to unlock energetically, how to unlock what the patterns that are going on in yourself that create depression, anxiety, chronic illness, all kinds of things. All right, lots of love. I'll see you soon.